Hello everyone, I'm Harshita Malani, a special educator at One Special Place, and today I'm going to talk about Phonics Games. So the first game that we are going to talk about is Erase the Sound. This is a visually stimulating activity. For this activity, you will be needing a whiteboard or a blackboard. All you need to do is draw something on the board. For example, you may draw a snowman. Now, what you have to do is name the individual letters for the objects drawn. For example, H. Now, the child has to identify the hat. Once the child has identified the hat, you may erase it. Next, you may say S. The child has to identify the scarf. So, this is a very fun activity. You may also allow the child to erase each object after he identifies it. And if the child, you may also take turns with the child and play a game with him. The next game is called the mystery bag. Now, for this game, you will be needing a bag and you need to put in things inside the bag. Let's say, for example, I have taken a box and a ball and a few buttons. Now you have to ask the child to take out the objects from the bag, name each item, and let them guess the mystery letter or sound which is uniting all these three objects. The next activity is called the scavenger hunt. You may have a predefined area in the house where you would like to organize the scavenger hunt, and you may hide all the objects within that defined area. All you have to do is select different objects starting with different letter sounds. For example, a remote, a diary, so on and so forth. Now, all you have to do is say the sound of the beginning sound of the object. Let's say remote. You say the letter R. Now the child has to look for the object that starts with R and find the object for you. The next activity is called the alphabet ball. For this activity, all you need is a ball and it is best played in open space. Over here, the adult will first say a sound letter. For example, the adult says A. Now the child has to say a word that begins with this letter sound. For example, the child says apple. Now the adult will throw this ball to the child. It is the child's turn now. The child will now have to say another letter sound. For example, the child says eh. Now the adult has to say a word that begins with this letter sound. For example, the adult says egg. Again, the child will throw the ball to the adult. This goes on and on. You can also make this activity fun by kicking the ball or throwing the ball in the basket, and the adult and the child can take turns. The next game is called the letter race. For this game, you will be needing letters written on chips of paper. You may also use blocks of letters. You need a tray and lots of open space. All you have to do is keep these letters written on chips of papers in a bowl on one side of the room and a tray on the other side of the room. Now the adult has to say a word and specify the sound that the adult is looking for. For example, the adult says ball and says the starting sound, which is B. Now the child has to look in the bowl for that letter, that is B. Pick this letter, run as fast as they can to the other side, and keep this letter in a tray. This is quite a fun way to learn phonics. These were a few games to learn phonics. Try out these games with your child. Happy learning. Thank you.